That's perfect. There we go.
Who's got the intro?
I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, little intro.
You're in there too, Aaron?
Oh yeah, I mean they're good. Like real fucking good. Like, oh fucking yeah!
Oh shit. Fuck.
My fucking headphones are like tight as fuck. Oh, bro.
Why? Are you like sharing on something?
Yep, this bitch right here. So much better.
Can you get my water over there, please? Oh, if you can.
There's some garbage. What was that?
Sure. What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Garage Gang Podcast, coming straight to you live from Kenny's living room.
Fucking A.
And we got a three-banger joined with me, always, Aaron, Joe.
Yep,
We
yep.
got plenty of stories. We got some sports. We got a couple segments. It's going to be a little three-banger for us. It's been a while. It's been about a month.
Three-banger.
It's been about a month since we've been on video, boys.
I know. Our Brooks Lee was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Brooks Lee,
Yep.
Cal Poly
If you haven't
shortstop.
seen it, go check it
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. It's going to be projected top 5 to 10 pick in the MLB draft 2022. So, yeah, as always, check that out. We got great shit coming for you.
So before we get started, I want to make this point to try to do this every episode. I listened to another podcast called Real AF with Andy Frisella, and he does this.
Okay.
And it's called The Feed.
Yeah.
So essentially in this podcast, like, he doesn't run ads or do anything. He just talks about people like sharing it, like the old-fashioned way. So what I want you guys to do...
What about like word of mouth?
is word of mouth, right? So what you guys to do is tell a family member, friend, coworker, your spouse, whoever it is, tell them about our podcast. Tell them, hey, I think you would really like it.
Yeah.
Or just introduce it to somebody new.
Yeah.
So
We'd
always-
appreciate
And,
that.
Yeah, and if you don't like us, then...
yeah.
Alright, so I mentioned that it's been a while since we've been on the camera, on the mics, just spitting our game. But a lot's been going on for us since that Brooks Lee, aforementioned Brooks Lee episode. I know we had a little trip this weekend to Vegas to go see the new home of Las Vegas Raiders. I almost said Oakland Raiders.
I wouldn't have doubted you. It would have been
It's tough. It's like San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, exactly the same thing.
But trust me, I'm getting used to Las Vegas Raiders. So
Well, especially after this weekend.
yeah, what a great weekend.
Hey, shout out my cousin Will
Absolutely.
for the exclusive tickets. I mean, these things.
Yeah.
Second row, what, like 10-yard line?
10, 15 yard line, first row, second row. Just real up close and personal with the players.
It was awesome.
You were so close you could smell them. You know what I mean? It's
So,
crazy.
yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
So we like got there a good like 2 hours before kickoff.
Yeah.
And so Will, he went to the first game, so he didn't want to walk around. So me and Kenny just walked around. We did like an entire loop of the stadium, and went up to like the torch, like the Alabama's torch and whatnot. And I took some pictures of Kenny next to some Raider stuff, and it was just a freaking beautiful stadium, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so state of the art. Everything looks so crisp and clean. The only thing that I have to complain about is Vegas Raider fans are not Oakland Raider fans.
No, you can't expect them.
Kenny's walking through and he's just going,
Raider.
and there's no one saying it back. And I mean, if you've ever been to an Oakland Raider game, if you say that, the entire fucking stadium starts yelling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like they're not indoctrinated into the Raider culture. You could tell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. And even like I was in the
weird.
bathroom waiting in a little line to take a leak, and usually when you do that in Oakland, you're like Raiders, and everyone in the bathroom just is like, you know. But I will say, the more the game went on, you know, the looser it got.
Yeah.
But that's what you expected. We have a good product right now on the field. Hopefully that lasts, and we have. We're trying to integrate ourselves into a new city. We already have a fan base that's solid. We're trying to, you know, get it into the new city, which I think we're doing an amazing job so far.
Speaking of the Raiders, we have not gotten to talk about John Gruden yet.
Yeah.
We haven't.
I'm not gonna lie. I think if you look at any NFL coach's emails,
Yeah.
if you look at anything that any male has between him and his buddies, or
Yeah.
between, you're gonna find
Yeah.
really bad shit.
It's banter.
Because I'm telling you right now, men are vulgar. It's just in our nature. It's the way we are. So if you take everything that we write out of context, I think any man would be fired from his job.
Every single person, if you want to go through their messages and their private conversations, they obviously, whether they're kidding or not, will have something to cancel.
Don't go through my past.
So,
Yeah, please God don't.
Good Lord, don't go through our group text.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, I'd be done. And you know, just take a joke, pussies.
Yeah, I mean, true
for real.
story.
Absolutely.
You know,
I couldn't agree
and
more.
it's about as good as I can put it. Well, listen, you know, John Gruden, while I don't agree with, I mean, none of us agree with what he was saying, whatever, let's get
Right.
that out of the
Yeah,
way,
absolutely.
all right? They were private emails. I have a problem with the timeline of when they got it. You know, they actually received these emails before the season and decided to release the emails.
Like week 6.
Week 6, a day before our game with the Chicago Bears a couple weeks ago.
Almost as if it was like intentional.
Yeah, well, you know what? The Raiders in the league have a long history of doing just this. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me. Now, that being said, Gruden was caught. And as I said a minute or two ago, we're in a new city trying to create even more of a fan base that is loyal as hell. You know, we can't have that as a face of our franchise. And believe it or not, Gruden was the face of the franchise.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, 100%. So
when you pay a coach that much money
Yeah.
and give him that much control, and you give him
Yes.
10 years,
10 years.
that's his franchise.
Yes,
you know
it
what
is.
I mean?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And, you know, just the fact that we can't have that, and I'm glad that we made it swift, and, you know, they mutually agreed to part ways, but I think that was more along the lines of you're probably fired if you don't mutually agree on this, which is great, because we can't have that as a face in a new city we can't alienate a new fan base.
Right.
So that being said, Gruden's out, Versace is in, we're playing loose, we're playing well, we're deep, we're way deeper than we have been the last couple of years.
Your D-line, man.
Our D-line
Holy
is,
shit.
dude, we are looking great.
And Ngakwe and Crosby were all over Hurts all day.
Yeah.
It was very, very like interesting to watch. And then Perryman, man, he's fucking all over the field.
I'm so glad I got him on fantasy, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not.
You know me, it's hard to give the Raiders fucking
no.
praise, but what I saw on Sunday, it was a really good product.
So, how was the atmosphere of the stadium?
Okay, so the atmosphere, I will say it because he's a Raider fan. He probably felt a little different just being there.
Okay.
The atmosphere from a objective view.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oakland Raider games, like I said, were crazy.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I had to watch my back. I felt like people were constantly telling me, "Fuck you, dude." You know what I mean? Like, but the thing is like I went for that. Like I enjoyed that going to Raider games. So, but it's much more family friendly.
Yes,
it is. It's a show. Like they had the Grambling State marching band come in at halftime. You would have freaking loved that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was not as good as I was expecting.
It wasn't as good
as
as
state. They're probably not known that.
No, they are.
They
They're very famous. Actually.
Are they really?
Yeah.
the historically black college, right?
Yeah, they're like a really big band. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And they were. Don't get me wrong.
They were good.
It was a good show for a band. I'm not trying to say. But
It
like,
wasn't Nick Cannon.
So it wasn't Atlanta A&T.
I expected like a spectacle, and it was just like a band playing on the field.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was the only thing, but it's much more of a show.
Yes.
It is. I think they had Ice Cube and Too Short before the game, right?
That was before the Ravens game. I don't think this game.
Will said he thought they were.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I know they had a couple people.
All I know is it was dope. It was a great experience. I don't know how much of it Kenny does remember, But
Oh, I remember damn majority of it. Damn majority of it. For
but
sure.
I will say it was an absolute fun time.
Yeah.
We met some cool people.
Yeah.
My cousin Will has the dopest seats. I think
Yeah.
if I ever go to a game there, I'm just gonna try to get his tickets every time. Because I'm like spoiled. I don't want to go sit in the nosebleeds anymore. It's like once you experience that, you're like, oh man, that's I don't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I tell it how you saw it as a Raider fan.
So piggybacking off what Aaron said, he's absolutely correct. But let me just premise this by saying there is no duplicating the atmosphere you felt at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum.
Nope.
Where the Raiders used to play.
It's a mix of fun and fear.
And it's Vegas, and you obviously, it's a show, like he said. There's a halftime show. There's the game before they had Chris Angel. They got Bruce Buffer introducing the teams like it's a UFC fight.
That was pretty fun.
They have concerts before the game. It's very friendly, which is cool. I like it. I like that too. I still miss that gutter atmosphere of being in Oakland in the hood. It was like I've been to 15 or 16 Raider games, and you're gonna get shit talked to you, and if you mouth off too much, you better understand where you are.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's not very smart. But the atmosphere, I'd say, was very good. We talked about the Raiders chant and not getting much of a response at first. But
at the end of the game, you were yelling, packed. And there was after you won, you were walking through the freaking halls and you were yelling it, and people weren't yelling it back, and I'm like, y'all just won, and like usually you couldn't go like a second without hearing it. If they won the game in Oakland, that's all you hear the whole walk.
After you win a game in Oakland, you hear nothing but Raiders. You get that smell of beer and piss put together.
It echoed in the concrete. I will say the concrete of the Coliseum.
100%.
I will never forget when you're walking down those like spiral concrete walkways to go out of the stadium, and it just fucking echoed in there. And so I will say that I never thought I would say this, but I kind of did miss the Coliseum. But I was very happy to be in the Allegiant Stadium. Allegiant Stadium is freaking beautiful.
We're always gonna miss that. At least the memories we had. We had many memories of Oakland Coliseum. Like I said, 15, 16 Raider games. You can't just delete those. But hey, man, we're on to bigger, greener pastures where we can
much greener.
Where we can become more successful. And we have a higher ceiling as a franchise in Vegas than we did in Oakland. And that is well apparent. And guess what? We're playing up to that standard at the moment. We're still Raider fans. So I'm a Raider fan. As a Raider fan, you take it 1 week at a time. And all I gotta say is we were 6-4 2 years ago. We were 6-4 last year. This is different. We have a lot more depth. We have a lot more depth. And a lot of weapons on the offensive side. It's actually pretty crazy how many weapons we have on the offensive side. So that being said, those are the bare logistics of the Raider game.
So not only did you go to the Raider game, you went to a Las Vegas Golden Knights.
I did, yeah. So after the game, it was supposed to be me, my cousin Will, and my cousin Dennis, who also went with me and Will. And we were all going to go to the Knights game after the Raider game. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like planning on it, and then Will before had absolutely like wrecked his fucking toe on the escalator. I was talking to him right before, and I'm like, hey dude, you wearing sandals in Vegas? I was like, that's risky because like I get like chafed between my toes. You know what I mean? And he's all, dude, I walked 10 miles in these things. Blah, blah, blah. And literally like a minute later, we're walking up an escalator because it was dead. And the last step, he like missed it. And you know how they're kind of jagged on the end, and wrecked his toe. And he was like bloody, all kinds of shit. Yeah. So he was like, I'm just not really feeling it. I'm probably just gonna go gamble and chill for the Knights game. So I was like, all right. And I didn't really want to gamble. I don't have that much money to just be able to go out and like gamble all night, And so I was kind of looking at the game, and I had a $100 StubHub gift card, and I was like, you know what? I could probably get a pretty decent seat, and I got a seat like corner of the net, and I think I was like the 30th row back, still in the lower levels.
Yeah. And
it was a freaking blast, man. You want to talk about, okay, I've been to hundreds of Kings games, all right? Love the atmosphere. There's nothing like a Golden Knights game. Yeah. It is a freaking party, man.
You can see that from the TV, too.
Yeah. They got, like, the DJ in there pumping it the whole time. They got the Knight. He's, like, hitting his shield. The pregame was absolutely awesome. They have like a knight come out and like fight somebody with an Islanders flag, and like the entrance is just badass. It was a really cool experience. The Knights lost, so that kind of
Who'd they play? The Islanders.
the Islanders, and obviously the Knights are in our division, so it was kind of hard for me to cheer for them. But I'm also like, I don't really hate the Knights. They're a new team.
I think they're awesome.
You know, I was like, I'll cheer for the Knights, and you know, they obviously didn't score the whole game, so that was kind of a bummer. But it was a fun experience. I went by myself, so that was kind of cool because I just started talking to everyone around me.
That's cool.
Instead of like the one person next to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get to know people.
Yeah, and so I was just talking to you know,
That's
after the
legit.
Giants game. And so I was talking to everyone around me, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
The drinks were, I bought a vodka cranberry double shot, and like it said $20 on the thing, and he rings me up, and he's like, $30 a wall. $30 a wall. He said a double, you know, and he said 20. He's all, yeah, no, it's this now. That sign's wrong. I'm like, I feel like I just got hustled.
Yeah.
But I've been waiting in line for a minute, and I want to go watch this game. So whatever, dude.
That's dope.
So also I want to shout out Johnny, Edgar, Nelson.
Yep. The boys.
We left Sunday morning out of Santa Barbara Airport, 43-minute flight to Vegas. Got to the airport, met up with Aaron and his cousin. They had tickets in the 300 section, so we had to split up because I had tickets first row.
Me, Kenny, Edgar,
Yeah.
Nelson, and Johnny finished a bottle of Grey Goose in about 5 minutes.
Oh my God, I did.
Fucking finished it.
Oh,
I bought
God.
it and I saved it for when they came. And I kid you not, we were only in the room for
Oh
5-10
my
minutes,
God,
and
yeah.
that shit was fucking gone.
Yeah, it
I
was.
like poured the last of it, and I'm all, oh my God, this thing's empty. Like to make my last mix drink. So we left feeling that little warm buzz.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
Of the
warm in the
vodka.
body.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was only up from there.
Only up from there.
So, we're leaving the Raider game, right? We get split up
Oh my
somehow
God.
or another. That's fine. I was I was on my own at that point.
Kenny was really enthusiastic, and he was like going up to every Raider fan who chanted Raiders back to him, and was like, "Fuck yeah, bro!"
Yeah.
And they were like doing,
We were vibing.
After a win, that's the way it is
Yeah.
at any stadium. So Kenny was doing that, and I saw him, and I thought he was following me.
Yeah.
And so I like walked out of the gates of the stadium, and then I like turned around, and I'm like, I sat there for like 2 minutes, and I'm like looking around, and I just see black jerseys that come out everywhere, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, I can't see Kenny.
It's a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, it really was.
That's
And
totally fine too. I like it.
I was listening for him screaming Raiders and shit. I'm like looking around, like, where is this guy, dude?
Yeah.
And so finally, like, Will starts walking, and I'm like, fuck, okay. So I start following Will, and but the thing was, Kenny's phone had died in the middle of the game, and he didn't really. I guarantee you, he didn't remember my room number, and he didn't know his room number yet because they didn't get it.
Yeah, so our
And
check
so-
was at 3.
Yeah,
so.
it was. I'll let him tell the rest. But
Oh yeah.
I just set up for you.
So we're walking over the freeway, over the bridge. I'm talking to everyone. We're doing our little thing. Everyone has joints out and everything, and we're walking down to the Luxor and the Excalibur and everything. And I literally my phone was dead. Nelson, Edgar, and Johnny are obviously different seats altogether, different parts of the stadium than I was. I split up with these guys. I didn't know my room number in the Luxor, so I'm just walking around, needing the pee a little bit.
So me, Johnny, Edgar, and Nelson are up in the room, and I'm all, boys, I lost Kenny. And they're all, fuck, really? I'm all, bro,
dude.
you guys gotta find him. I was like, go search the floor. I was like, I'm gonna
search the police department.
Yeah, right. I was like, go search the floor. I was like, I'm gonna be down there in a little bit. I gotta take a shit, and I'll be down. Speaking of shits, Kenny absolutely destroyed my fucking hotel.
Hey, I call that a
The guys who tried to go in afterwards had to put masks on. So I'm like, go search the floor, go find him, and
So after like, I don't know, it felt like an hour of just walking around the Luxor. I had my little bag of beer, just walking around. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. I kind of want to call someone. I kind of want to go to my room and kick it. Like, I don't know where anyone was. So all of a sudden I hear, Kenny, and I look up, and like I felt like 8 stories up, I see Johnny, Nelson, and Edgar. Stay there! Stay there, Edgar's coming down. And I just put my arms up like, yes! Oh my God, thank the Lord, someone found me, man.
Oh my
I was
God.
lost. And I wasn't really lost, but I just didn't know where
You
a
were
room,
lost.
I wouldn't know where a room was. and I didn't think to go to the front counter and ask like what the room was. I don't know if I could articulate that anyway at that time.
You were a little saucy.
Yeah, I was saucy.
You were a little saucy.
8 tall boys, yeah, saucy.
No, seriously, like we bought one before the game. Kenny got me, him,
The round,
one.
yeah.
And so we're like, all right, cool. So I'm like sipping on this like till right before the game. And you got to think, we got there 2 hours before the game.
Yeah.
So I was like, Kenny tells me, he's like, I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna wait. And he's like, that's a good idea. So he actually waited with me. And then when that first quarter fucking kicked off, Kenny, every time he made a trip up to the fucking bathroom, he came back with 2 tall ones. Dude, even when he had 1 3/4 full down there still, Kenny, and I'll tell you, he kicked those motherfuckers over so many times. Dude.
Oh my God.
He probably spilled as much beer on the ground as he did drink.
I doubt that, but I drank a lot. But that was good though. I came there for 2 reasons: to drink beer and watch the Raiders kick the Eagles' ass, and we kicked the Eagles' ass, and I never ran out of beer. So.
He did not know.
Yeah, the bank account don't look too good.
No.
Fucking, you know what I mean?
First needs to hurry up and get it.
You know, so Friday's payday, boy. Let me tell you that much.
I kept telling him, all, stop.
Yeah, I was like, no,
Man.
you know.
And then he
I
bought
let
2 more afterwards.
I let Jesus take the wheel after that.
Jesus did.
And no, hey, dude, no. So you know that store in the Luxor where it's like buy 2 tall boys you get a shot.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I was
get
like,
the shot?
oh, I got Jack Daniel's shot. Drinking right there at the register.
No, you fucking did.
You did,
No, you didn't.
She's like, okay.
So that's how you get. That's you get down.
I can only imagine the way Kenny was talking to her, like trying to like comprehend, and all of a sudden just taking that shot because it was like he was sauced, and so he was slurring a little. So he's like probably slurring, asking her for the drinks, and then takes the shot like a Jack Daniel's shot to the counter.
Yeah, dude. But finally got up to the room and was able to relax and whatever. And Edgar and Johnny Nelson were like, hey, we're gonna go like Senior Frogs, or gonna go to the club or something. I was like, yeah, count me out for that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna chill, talk on the phone for a little bit, and then like I was talking to Aaron's wife, or we were snapping, messaging back all about our day and shit. And she's like, Aaron says it's the 3rd period in the Knights game. Why don't you go hang out with him right now and make sure he's doing all right? I was like, good idea. I'm gonna meet up with him in New York, and fucking walked around. It's so funny. We walked around for a little bit. I had like this big.
He bought this big slushy
Of
thing.
vodka shots. I didn't know what to get. He's like, vodka, or what do you want? I was like, just give me vodka. And I was walking around. Anyway, finished the night. We go to like the food court area, the Luxor, where there's Johnny Rockets, this really good Italian little spot.
Can you get the calzone?
I'm like this. I'm like, I'm done. I'm kind of done drinking for the night. So I'm like, I'm hungry. I had a hot dog all day. $3 hot dog. I thought that was a pretty good price.
Yo, I told everyone about that. And everyone's like, where the fuck did you find that?
It was one thing. It was
like
one.
one little spot where it was $3 hot dog.
And so I was like, I kind of want Johnny Rockets and this Italian place. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I already spent enough money. I might as well just
I had a box of Krispy Kremes.
Yeah, you did get a box of Krispy Kremes. So I get a stromboli, a meat stromboli, and a slice of pizza from there. And then I go over. I go.
You got a piece of pizza and a
stromboli
and Johnny Rockets?
And then I go next. I go next door and I get a bacon cheeseburger from fucking.
Oh, it's fucking
and dude, you should see me. I'm like, Aaron's like, I'm gonna go to bed. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go up to my room. And I had the pizza box. It came in a full pizza box. And I felt like Odell Beckham with the pizza box. No other stuff. But I was like, oh wait. And I was like, there's a pizza box and a bag of Johnny Rockets where I was laying on my bed watching highlights from the day's football, and then I finished them all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I sat and I sat in my bed and I watched about a half hour of highlights.
Yeah.
And I ate about 6 donuts.
Dude, and then come about 2:30, like I wake up and Edgar, Johnny Nelson are back from the club, just 3 sheets to the wind.
Well, it was $55 all.
They got kicked out of Senior Frogs. They got
$55 all you can
some
drink.
other stuff.
You know they got
shitty. You know how they are.
Yeah.
If you know them, but that was just a great time for the weekend. We'll wrap it up, and then Monday. It was EDC weekend, Electric Days of Carnival, I think it's called.
Lots of no clothes people.
Yeah. And so I was in the airport flying back. My flight got delayed twice because there was a storm on the central coast of Cali, and Vegas wasn't that pretty that day either. So I didn't get at home until like 8 p.m. and I had to work at 3 a.m. So, but It was all good. It was all good. Great weekend. Great to see the Raiders. Joe, how you been?
So, so you guys went to Vegas, and I actually went to Frisco. I went to watch Giants and Dodgers go in 5. And
Oh yeah, you did.
everything aside,
And who won?
the Dodgers won.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So
I forgot.
everything aside, that was probably one of the best experiences that I've ever been at a baseball game.
Well, it's the biggest game in Dodgers Giants history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And it was, the crowd was crazy. It was just cool. I had some coworkers with me, so we were hanging out before the game. Just a lot of fun, man. And for all you Giants fans out there, listen up. We didn't lose because of the Jets.
That's to all you Giants fans out
We
there.
lost because we couldn't hit the damn ball. We had runners in scoring position quite a few times that night and just couldn't do it. And that was a difference.
Well, here's the thing. You got outscored Giants. Well, just give you some stats. 19-10 in the whole series.
Yeah.
You got to score more than 10 runs in a 5-game series. Plus, let's just talk about that check swing that I've heard around the world that Wilmer Flores got caught. Let me give you a little some more stats for your guys' ass.
And it came prepared.
Wilmer, this is all
It's
up here.
off the top of the dome.
Wilmer Flores is 0 for 24 lifetime against Max Scherzer. And if you saw the way Max Scherzer was pumped up, then that one was going to hit off him, especially some dude named Wilmer. So, actually, I like Wilmer. I always just remember him crying.
Dude, that's all I remember.
Yeah, you know
all I
what I
remember of
mean?
him.
But he got traded from the Mets. But,
Traded him 'cause he's
but
not a fucking
let's just
Jet.
say, I'm so glad I finally got to witness the Dodgers and Giants play in the playoffs. And I can't believe over the 120-year history,
Yeah.
like estimated 120-year history, that they haven't played in postseason ever. And that was the first series. That's insane.
And we won.
And we won. But you
So-
know what? Hey, please, I just want to say, obviously we know Dodgers lost to the Braves. 2 epic NLCSs in a row, 2 years in a row.
Shout out Jordan Rager.
I just want to shout out, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's right.
I totally didn't think of that.
Yep.
Good job, Jordan. That was from where the Braves started at the beginning of the year on our first podcast we had with you to where they are now, leaps and bounds. But let me just tell you, beat the Astros ass.
Please God.
Like please.
Please
If
God.
you don't live in Houston, you're basically rooting for the Braves. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I also said I was bringing this up today that this is probably gonna be one of the lowest rated. It should. I wish it
I
wasn't.
actually just read a thing right before we watched.
Lowest rated World
This
Series.
is higher than last year's.
Really?
The ratings are higher than last year's. But I think it's because everyone wants to
Yeah.
see the Astros lose.
But just imagine what
Really?
just imagine what the ratings would be if the Dodgers were in there against either the Astros or the Red Sox.
Well, if it was Dodgers Astros, I think it'd be one of the highest ones
Yeah.
ever because of what happened.
2017.
We are the team that lost
Yeah.
when they cheated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I am so bummed that we can't rewrite that
I know. I was really looking forward to that.
that instance in history.
But looking at our team, the way we would have gone into that series, no Muncy, no Turner,
Yeah, it was
no
tough.
Kershaw, no Scherzer.
That
It
was
would've
the
been-
thing
it
too,
would've been
because
rough.
if either of us would have won, I don't know if our pitching staffs would have held up. Because I was sitting there
Everyone got
thinking
hurt, man.
everybody was hurt. Dude.
Well, and listen to this. The Dodgers had, I can't believe we won 106 games. I know we got really hot towards the end of the year. We're pretty consistent the whole year. We had some lows through the year, but we lost Dustin May early. We obviously lost Kershaw, Trevor Bauer, obviously his absence for other reasons. Muncy, Mookie, Corey, obviously Bellinger came along in the playoffs, but had an absolute historically bad year hitting the ball. To be where we were, and I'm not making excuses. We're the Dodgers. We still had a shit ton of talent.
Yeah.
But everyone was taking times on the DL. Like we couldn't get consistent, even though we won 106 games, which I still think about it because I watch it basically. My parents and I, we watched basically every fucking Dodger game. So it's crazy just seeing how inconsistently consistent we were. It's weird.
If you don't lose May and you don't lose Bauer,
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, and we don't lose Kershaw?
But-
yeah.
But
I
that means we would've got Turner
you're
or
trying to
Scherzer.
talk shit. Like,
No, I'm
in
just
the playoffs, but,
saying.
We've got it
it's-
down now to where we don't need to rely on Kershaw to be the
That's
force.
that's
You
what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean? So like
That's
we
what
could
I'm saying.
have him go in and pitch, like do a couple innings. He doesn't need to go in and pitch a 7-inning game like we used to have.
Right.
Needing to do.
Yeah.
Now, hey, go in and face the first. Go through the lineup twice. You will not see the lineup a third time. That is and they find you out. You know what I mean?
I
think they could have worked, but
hell yeah.
injuries.
I also want to say, if this is the last time we see Corey Seager in Dodger Blue,
Thank you.
thank you, man. Because Corey's up, and we can't pay everyone regardless of your belief. We do have Trey Turner for another year, and Trey Turner is the absolute crazy weapon that you need. And sometimes Corey is a little injury prone, and we can't. He's gonna
walk.
He's gonna probably go to New York Yankees, I would assume.
I pray to God he doesn't go.
I think that's what it's gonna be personally.
Please.
But hey, man, dude, you won us a World Series. You're MVP. Hey, go wherever you want.
Go to the Angels or something.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
So
Don't go to the Giants. Don't go to the freaking Yankees. I'm cool. Any other team.
aside from the game, I actually went to Alcatraz the next day, and that was a fun experience.
Pretty dope.
Really cool. And it was just like it was just kind of nice to get away.
So being a prison guard, though, you looked at that place different.
It was, man. So I don't know. The best way I could explain this is like most people see empty cells. I see inmates in those cells.
Yeah.
Because I see it on a daily basis. So it's, I don't know. It was a little not weird, but it was just kind of eerie.
So you walked the tiers.
I walked the tier. I did the audio tour, and I finished that, and then I turned it in, and then I went back and I walked the tiers over there. And over there's like two sides, so you gotta kind of like walk towards the middle because like they could reach their bars, so they could have their hands and reach out and stuff. I don't know, man. That place definitely haunted. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. They had some of the worst criminals. I mean, hell, Al Capone was there. Countless other gangsters and killers, and I think
It's a fucking island. Like,
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Alcatraz is like an island. It's a prison on an island in the middle of like of the San Francisco freaking Bay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool deal. Yeah.
it's. I've always wanted to do the walk too. Sometime I will. I kind of forgot about it, but now they are reminded.
We almost did it when we.
I just don't like going to San Francisco too
That
much.
place sucks, dude.
But
It was so. This is might sound sad. One of the highlights of my trip was right before I went home. I had a street dog, and it was so freaking good,
Yeah.
dude.
The bacon wrap.
Oh,
with
the
peppers.
bacon wrapped and
Yeah.
the peppers and oh man,
Yeah.
it's
No, I feel it.
so bomb.
I can go for some Johnny Rockets right
Yeah.
now.
Some Johnny
Rockets.
Okay, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I thought all I heard you say was the Stromboli.
Stromboli.
All I heard you say was Stromboli, and I knew you ordered something from Johnny Rockets. I knew you got pizza, Stromboli, and a bacon cheeseburger.
Dude, I was starving, dude.
I mean, yes, but holy fuck.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, oh my god. And then right before you're like, do you have your pen? I'm like, yeah. And then he goes up to his room.
I feel less bad because he was holding a dozen donuts for himself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I will say, Will and Dennis helped me, and my daughters ate some when I got home.
That's good.
But I ate a good 6 of those bitches to myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Krispy Kremes go down
Smooth.
like
Yeah.
real smooth.
It's legit like a 3-biter. It's the first big
Yeah.
bite, and you go boom.
Yep,
boom.
side.
Yeah. It's gone.
Yeah.
So, this episode will actually be releasing on Halloween, so we just want to say
I can't take you serious with those fucking
Halloween.
glasses.
So
Yeah,
that's why I'm dressed up. I
glasses
can't
right
believe
now.
you guys aren't even in the Halloween spirit.
Dude, I didn't even know this was a Halloween episode.
I'm dressed up as a fucking natural born badass. Dude. What are you talking about?
I'm
I
dressed,
dressed up as the one-man throw ride.
Oh my God.
Shout out to my exes.
I'm gonna give you an injection of genetic perfection.
That's right.
That's
Wait,
right.
what was the sex one?
This, certified sausage rocket man.
Oh,
certified sausage rocket.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Oh god.
So let's do an OG segment. Let's do grind your gears.
Okay.
Do you guys have any on?
You guys go first.
I thought you'd. Oh, great gears. Fuck.
I have one.
Okay,
I'll start.
You guys can come this way.
Shit.
Okay, so a lot of times you're driving on the highway and I don't know, maybe if it's because I'm left-handed, but I always drive in the fast lane. And I mean, I'm not really a speed demon, but I'm always in the fast lane. Speed limit here is 65. I usually go like 73 in the fast lane. I think that's pretty standard. Most people do
It
that.
gives you enough room to go down a little,
Yeah.
and then whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're driving, and all of a sudden you see a car that's like coming in hot, coming in behind you in your rear view mirror. You turn. Usually you see a car coming like that. If I can, I'll try to get over, let him pass
Oh fuck them! I jam them as hard as I can. Every
So,
time.
what grinds my gears is 99 times out of 100, that driver is a woman driving. Because
Yeah.
women don't know how to drive.
Tread lightly, bro.
No, but true story. I'm sitting here and everybody, and I come to the conclusion. I think I found out the reason why.
Asian women and old people.
I think I found out the reason why is because women always run late, dude.
Come at me.
Asian old people.
I'm gonna have I'm gonna have some Asians out my door picketing and shit.
So if you're like an old Asian woman, you're like the worst driver ever.
Go Street Mongolians.
So I think the reason is that they're always wanting late. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so-
sorry, brother. Go.
I don't know. That's just it was just a kind
So people who come up hot.
people are coming in hot, and I'm already doing like
So women grind your gears.
No, women drivers.
Historically, women grind men's gears, yes.
Really, anybody that comes in hot like that, and then they like don't use their blinker, they're like,
Yeah,
move.
I got you.
I don't
I
know.
get that.
Just frustrated driver these days. You know, people don't know how to drive.
They really don't.
And I'm
have
the last person that should be saying that because
every day.
Fucking A, dude.
Every day I'm always wondering, like, how do people get their license like this easy?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I see the way people drive, I see how inconsiderate they are.
And no one knows how to use a fucking blinker.
Yeah, use your
anymore,
fucking
dude.
blinker, douchebag.
Dude.
Like, what the hell, man?
It's not.
I don't read your mind. Get off your phone.
Very hard.
Get off your phone. I'll shove it up your
Get it up.
And so, okay, I thought of this real quick.
Go ahead, what do you got?
As you know, I work in the market biz. I work at Costco, and I'll be out in the case, out where all the members are and everything, filling it, and early in the morning and whatever, and I'll just overuse of, and this is more for old people, I guess. No, I get for different reasons. I mean, just overuse perfume and cologne, and like the old cheap perfume, the old cheap cologne. And I mean, I'll just be out there, and I get it. Sometimes you gotta mask your poop and your whatever else you smell like, but like it's real bad. It's nauseating. It turns my stomach. Also, this is a two-parter. When members come up to me and talk and ask me questions, they're wearing their mask and everything, like they have to when they come in, but they get super close to ask me a question and they pull down their mask to ask me the question. So I'm like, they come up to my face and they're just like, so where's asking me questions with their mask on. And quite frankly, yeah, I don't really care if wearing masks, but don't get in my personal space without a mask, like especially trying to speak to me all close and whatever, especially in this day and age right now, you never know what people have. But it's just like you're wearing your mask and then you come super close within like an inch, like couple inches, like a foot, meter, dude, and they pull down that thing and start freaking speaking to you. And I'm like, dude, you're wearing your mask for a reason, and the most important time you gotta wear your mask, you take it down.
Yeah.
So that's a little two-parter. So overuse of cologne and perfume, for older people and for everyone, whatever, just don't do it. And then when people pull down their mask when they're trying to talk to me right in my face, like, don't do that ever.
Ever.
I got mine.
Ever.
All right. You know
Ever.
what grinds my gears?
What? Grants your cues.
Places nowadays that don't accept cash.
Yeah, I saw that in Vegas.
Happened to me numerous times in Vegas because I brought cash.
Yes.
I didn't want to have to use my card.
It was like that in
And
Frisco.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, how is cash not good here? This is a currency. This is American currency.
It's our currency.
Like, I don't give a shit if it's coin short. You get some fucking coins. It's not my
Standard
problem.
currency.
And honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if, say, somewhere was like, hey, we can't give you exact change. Give me bills. I don't give a fuck. If you owe me 32 cents and if you owe me $9.32,
Yeah, round up.
and you gave me 9. No, honestly, if you gave me
Yeah.
you owe me $9.32 and you give me
Yeah.
9 because whatever. I know that adds up over time. That's money. But like, if that's what it came down to, and it was like, I'll take your cash, but I can't give you change. Whatever.
Or just give me 1/4.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't. But the fact that you don't take cash at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I finally noticed that when I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
I was like, they were like,
Joe
we
told me
can't,
about it, and then I witnessed it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
we can't take cash right now. And I'm like, how can you legally do that?
yeah.
Federal tender.
It's standard federal currency. I don't know what movie that's from.
Okay.
That was from. You know what? I tried to do the beer fest thing. actually, where he
Were you
pulls
trying to do an
it.
accent with that?
Yeah, I'm not very. For everyone who knows me, I'm not very good at accents. So or impersonations, but I don't care. So that was a good little grind gear segments. Those are all very good ones. What? You fart? What happened?
Nothing, dude.
I'm in the Twilight Zone right now.
You good over there?
I can't. I don't even know where we're going after this.
Yeah.
These guys are busting up crying right now, and I don't know why. I don't know why.
Okay, so. Alright, what's the next?
What'd you do?
No, I didn't do nothing.
Oh boy.
Alright,
This should be very good.
okay. We haven't done a podcast in a while, and especially like a 3-banger, so.
Yeah, over a month.
Aside from like going to sporting events and doing different stuff. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. It's Halloween. So let's talk some Halloween stuff.
Okay.
Alright.
What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Okay.
Milky Way.
Milky Way.
No doubt. The little mini Milky Ways.
Those are
I can
good.
shove like 10 of those
Regular
in my
regular
mouth.
Milky Way or the darks?
No,
Or the
but-
silver one?
No,
No.
no, I don't like dark chocolate.
You've always been a Milky Way
I
guy.
love them.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
A close second, which is weird for me, the tiny little Reese's peanut butters.
Those are
The
great.
Oh,
little
yeah.
cups.
Yeah.
Those,
Those are
I'm not a huge
They're
fan
like in
of
the foil.
I don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like Reese's,
Ugh.
but I'm not a huge fan of like the Reese's cups. But the little tiny ones, I think there's more chocolate to peanut butter ratio.
That's it.
And it's just, I like those better.
So I like the holiday Reese's. So the
Yeah.
bats, the ghosts, the hearts,
The
the,
kind of
trees,
big, thicker
the
ones.
thicker
Those are
ones,
bomb.
because
I
there's
got
more
you.
peanut butter than chocolate, and it's. Dude, give me one of them with a glass of milk. Oh, all day.
Yeah, I just
Sound like a fat boy right
just
We all
honestly, any candy bar other than Almond Joy and
You
Mounds.
fucking dick.
Yeah.
Almond Joys are the shit.
Then I'll give them.
Almond
Then
Joy
I'll
is
give them to
disgusting.
you.
Give them all to me.
I just
Okay.
don't want them. I've never.
I'll give you all my
I
Kit
just-
Kats and waffles.
I don't like fucking coconut,
Yeah, I
and
don't like
and
coconut either.
like I'll give it there. Done deal. You can have
I can't
free
eat
of
Kit Kats.
charge.
I can't eat Kit Kats though.
So.
I like Kit Kats.
Yeah, so
Twix.
I drank some Mexican hot chocolate when I was younger.
Oh, that's
and
what
I
was
yacked it all up. And
It's
ever
like
since, and it tasted like Kit Kats. And so like ever since then, Kit Kats just gross me out. I can't do it.
Okay.
You remember that one time at Dominic's for the last day of school for sophomore year where we're making
God.
water balloons?
I couldn't drink
Where
orange juice.
where we had some really good tequila mixed with orange juice for
Tequila
like
Sundays.
all night, and we ended up going to the last day of sophomore year with a big old thing of water balloons to throw at people.
I was
and
shit-faced, dude.
I remember, and we were so hungover. Those were one of the first times that we like really got extremely hammered.
I mean, yeah,
And-
that might have been
and,
the first time I got
I remember
blacked out.
Dominic's mom was taking us to school, and I was like looking out the window at the lines in the middle of the street, like, oh my god,
I almost
dude.
threw up when I looked at them.
And so that being said, that story is because it was hard to drink orange juice for a long time after that because
I
it
know,
just
me too. I love orange juice.
yeah.
Donald Duck
Those are
orange
very
juice
good.
is the best.
No, it's get the.
I love Donald Duck orange juice. Okay.
Pretty good.
That's some hilarious.
So
shit.
wait. How do we feel about candy corn? Because that's like a popular.
Okay, there's a good.
That,
good
that's
question.
a popular
Okay.
candy this time of year.
Candy corn is only good if you eat it each 3 pieces. You have to eat the orange, and you eat the white, and
Yeah.
then you eat the yellow.
That's like some psychotic shit.
I'm just saying.
Dude, I've never.
The
been
chocolate
in my
candy corn's
entire
bomb,
life.
though. I don't know. I don't know. It's not something I have other than around this time of year, and I don't even have this. Like, I don't know how. If I accidentally come up on some or whatever, yeah, I dig it. I don't think it's as bad as everyone says. I don't really know why people say it's that bad, but it is weird texture. It is a weird candy. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But I like the one where it's like the chocolate. You know, like it's like chocolate and yellow,
Yeah,
whatever,
I got you.
white. You
So
know.
I don't.
It's good.
I don't not like it, but
Yeah.
I don't like.
I don't seek it out.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it's there or something, if there's a bowl of it, I'll grab like 10 of them bitches.
Yeah.
I think that's it might be a little more hated than this, but like Peeps, for people either hate Peeps or really like Peeps.
I used to love them as a kid. The older I get, the
Yeah,
less I
Too
like
sugary.
them.
Too
Yeah.
sugary.
Now that I'm older, I'm like.
I mean, it's
don't
just
really-
marshmallow with sugar on it.
I used to
Like-
make. I used to make when I was younger, peep s'mores all the time because we'd have so many left over after Easter that I would be able to make like s'mores with them for a while. And now that I think back, that's like the most fat fuck thing ever.
Yeah. You used to what?
Make s'mores with
Oh
peeps.
fuck.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
they're bombs. But yeah, now that I'm older, it's not really my thing.
Speaking of s'mores, I was telling you the night in Vegas. I was telling Kayla that I have a fire pit back there, huge backyard. You're more than we obviously invited as well. Fucking, I want to bring the girls over here, have a fire, and sit around it, and maybe roast some marshmallows and shit, and make some s'mores. I don't know if the girls ever really made s'mores, probably with the Jacksons, you know. But it's just something fun. It's always fun, you know, especially when you're a kid. Fun for us too, you know.
If you don't like s'mores, you're a Nazi.
Yeah. Nazi from Nazi Germany. Yeah.
Okay, so
Same thing.
favorite like Halloween movie, because there's so many of them out there. It could be any scary movie, Halloween movie, whatever.
Die Hard's not.
Die Hard's Christmas movie.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. I will say, so recently, actually, the new Halloween Kills just came out.
Was it good?
So, yeah, I liked it. The ending.
It's good.
Hold on. And so, Trevor and I were watching, we watched the Halloween from 2018. That's the last Halloween that came out. Because this new Halloween movie, Mike Myers, ended, or starts, right exactly where the last Halloween in 2018 ended.
So if you start it,
if you start Halloween Kills, I mean, it's a Mike Myers killing people. Just you don't really need much. You know, there's been about 30 movies with Jamie Lee Curtis. Is it Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah. How the fuck is she still alive?
And she's a sav too. So it starts literally right where they left off in Halloween 2018.
Is 2018 when he was like down in the basement and they lit it on fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw that.
So Halloween Kills starts when they get in the truck to leave the burning house, like the house.
My motherfucker made it out.
And the firefighters come, and they're in there and they're doing this shit. Yeah, well, it's the first of the movie anyway. Watch it, and they don't know, and all of a sudden the firefighters are outside, 11 of them. Mike Myers comes out the front door with a firefighter like pointer axe thing, and then all the firefighters are like, okay, it's on. They have like saws and like axes and stuff, and he just so it's like a big old fight between the firefighters and Mike Myers, and Mike Myers fucking murks them all. Honestly, Halloween Kills is cool, except I didn't really like the ending, but say that. I mean, I'm just gonna say you need to double tap a motherfucker when they're on the ground.
Me and Kayla,
you don't go boom, 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 and hit him with the bat and be like, he's dead.
No, me and Kayla actually. So she actually saw your Snapchat of you watching Halloween Kills.
Yeah, I just posted the title.
So she was like, "Babe, we've done this thing. We've watched all the Freddy Krueger movies. We've watched all of the Jason movies." And so she was like, "Let's watch the Michael Myers movies next." And I'm like, "All right." So we watched
there for a while.
And we're watching it, and they like stab him in the neck, and he's on the ground. And I'm like, stomp that bitch out!
Yeah. Stuff a grenade in his butt.
Every single time you see this shit, it's like if I'm ever in that situation, I've watched enough scary movies where if you're on the ground, you're trying to kill me, and I get you down, and you're like unconscious, I'm gonna bash your head in with a rock. I'm gonna do whatever I can to murder you, and then that's it.
So it would be more impressive if they did that and then he lived.
I'll save you time so you don't have to watch every single, like there's 30 of them.
No, I've already seen a bunch of them.
Okay, no, me too throughout the years, H2O and all that. But all you have to do is watch Halloween, the 2018, and the new Halloween Kills, and that's basically the progression of that. And it was good. It was cool. I'm not a real big horror movie guy, but like if I'm watching them with someone or we're watching them with people, you won't see me just being a psychopath watching it by myself, like kicking back, like no way. Oh, it was so funny because me and Trevor turned on all the lights, locked all the doors, and Brian was in the room with his lady shit, and we had the hallway door closed and everything dark, and Brian would be like, we'd be watching it, and Brian would open the freaking hallway door really slowly and then walk out, and I'd be like, you gotta stop doing that shit, bro. And then after the movie, everything, I had to make sure all the doors were locked. I checked my closet. I have a weird little crawl space up in my closet, so I was like kind of freaking out about that for a second, but It's just freaky. You know?
What's your favorite Halloween movie, Joe?
I wouldn't say this is a Halloween movie per se, but lip balls. Exorcism of Emily Rose. When that came out, that scared the ever-living shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the whole like horror and gore movies, it's cool. I don't mind it, but to me, that movie is like, I believe in that shit, and that could scare.
Have you seen The Conjuring?
Shit, yes. The Conjuring was good.
Conjuring scared the living dick out of me.
Conjuring was crazy.
Terrified of that movie.
The second one was crazy
I'm
too.
not that scared of movies. Conjuring got me.
I got the.
It's like any one of these movies, dude. You gotta watch like Tom and Jerry or Scooby Doo afterwards.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like you're going to bed on a positive note because if not, dude, you're gonna be all messed up.
Something about a week ago, my boss Tony at my department comes in and he's all, dude, I watched the Tangerine. He's Mexican. Sometimes some English words are hard for him to say, which I fuck with him for. And
Of course.
because he fucks with me for being chubby, so I'm like, I'm fucking with you because you suck at English. And so he's like, so he comes in, he's all, when I'm with a couple other my coworkers cutting and everything, and he's like, you guys seen the tangerine? The tangerine? And I was like, what? Tangerine? I was like, Cottonmouth Kings, Tangerine Sky. I was like, this is all going through my head. I'm like trying to figure out what he's talking about. He's like, no, the scary movie, Tangerine. And I was like, no. And my supervisor Hector's like, is it a scary movie? He's like, yeah, really scary. He's like, the fucking Conjuring? And he's like, yeah, the Tangerine. He's like, no, it's Conjuring, it's not Tangerine. I was like, Tangerine's a fruit, Tony. Like,
You just go work in the fruit
and we
department.
just laughed so hard about that.
The Tangerine, that's great.
Should have heard my review.
Come on.
It's
So
hilarious.
what is? I don't know. How do I word this? Like, what is your growing up? Not as an adult, but growing up. What is your like fondest Halloween memory? Whether it be dressing up as something, and
Yeah, we
Oh,
can't say that.
I can't say my real favorite.
No, you can say the
Second
favorite. We don't want to
favorite.
get canceled.
Second
now.
favorite. Yeah.
Second favorite.
Not this day and age.
Kenny just nudged me and I was like, yep.
Yeah.
I was like
Hey,
this.
that's where I went
I was like, are we doing this? No, we can't do this.
That's what I would have been.
Anyway, honestly, the first scary movie I ever saw was Scream, the Ghostface, and I was Scream for about 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
And I always wanted the mask with the blood, but my
Yeah.
parents would never buy me that, so I just got the plain Ghostface one, which was
Yeah.
cool because I just wore it, and I had so
I guess
I was a Red Power Ranger too.
I was literally just gonna say I was Red Power Ranger for like 10 years. Like
Yeah.
that thing did not fit me by the last
Yeah.
time. My mom was like, bro, you need to be something else. So probably being a Red Power Ranger, I used to like live and breathe the fucking Power Ranger when I was a kid.
I'll be too.
And-
Mighty Morphin,
Yeah, and so Mighty Morphin and the bullshit.
Dino Thunder,
Yeah, but
Atomic Bombs.
that was like my favorite. I gotta say, I've had some other pretty cool costumes. Me and Kenny did a team up one year, but other than that,
Well, we did a Cheech Cha.
we did it. Cheech
I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but it got the point across.
It made the.
I had a white confirmation robe, and I was a priest one year, walking around. So, like, I was a
There's
priest.
something else with that pop.
I was a priest. I was a priest.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I was really a priest one year.
I want to say.
Yeah. You were a military person one time, though. What branch of the military? Oh my god. Oh shit, it was hilarious. Anyway, they're probably like,
Yeah.
yeah. 2 views on
So
YouTube.
I was.
I'm sweating so much of this living right now.
Yeah.
What's next? What's the next question, Joe?
Where's the get? What? Get you Is that what this is?
Yeah,
I don't know. I was
yeah, let's get to know the
game.
game.
Yeah,
I like
was
this.
just
Is cool.
shooting from the hip.
This is definitely get to know the game for sure.
I was Diamond Dallas Page one year.
Oh,
Wrestler.
Diamond Stud.
This
Yeah.
is private.
Yep.
That was your shit.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that's from Jake.
Nothing special like you guys.
Oh man, yeah, that Cheech and Chong one was cool. Dude.
Was Team Mexico? That was just for.
That was just for I
for
think
beer
Chelsea
Olympics,
Stenson's Chelsea Stenson's Beer Olympics,
Yeah. Okay.
where
Great story.
we came home down the hill. You were on a scooter that was broken, and I was on my longboard, and we both ate shit almost.
Like Kenny ate shit first, and I pointed and laughed, and the second I pointed and laughed, I hit a turtle or something in the road.
Turtle,
like,
dude.
you know, like the things.
Yeah,
and I had one in the
okay.
corner.
I was like, you're blaming it on a turtle.
No, but that's what they call like the little
Yeah,
the
gotcha.
reflectors.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And so I was like writing down, and I pointed. The second I did, I hit something, and the wind just went
Ba-dum,
shink
yeah.
like that, and I went right over the top.
Oh,
Good times, man. Good times.
That was a good. Times.
I remember growing up, I would dress up at my godfather's house, my godparents' house. I would get like oversized shirt and pants, and he would stuff me with like crumpled up newspaper, like you know how people like put dummies in front of their
Yeah.
house with masks on. So I'd sit there by the front porch, and kids would walk by, and I would just be laying there like this.
That's
and
cool.
Kids, I would just like not like breathe, you know, or try to breathe lightly, and then people they'd be looking at me, and they'd go up to me and be like, ah!
Yeah.
It just scared the shit out of some
As an
kids. It was
adult,
great.
I want to do that now.
No, dude.
You know, the one thing I'm looking forward to Halloween. Halloween's on a Sunday this year. I'm looking forward to handing out candy for the first time, basically. Like,
Yeah.
also there's gonna be Sunday night football.
Kenny-
Kick it back, watching
Kenny's
football.
gonna be doing it out of a van in the parking lot.
Don't give away my strategy.
Blackout
dog.
windows.
Don't give, yeah.
It's not even gonna be good.
First of all, it's gonna be
dum
an
dums.
Astro van
Yeah,
and the Necco candies, wafer things.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. What's your worst candy?
My worst candy, like the one I think is.
What's your worst hated candy? Since we did best, we might as well do worst.
I'm gonna say almond joy, just because I'm
What-
not a coconut.
What about
I'm not a
the
coconut.
orange and the black wrapped like little
Oh, like the
weird?
peanut?
I have two. I have black licorice.
Yeah,
Oh,
100
100%.
percentile. 100 percentile.
I think anyone who eats that is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
And then number two, Whoppers. I hate Whoppers.
You don't like Whoppers?
You know they're not the
I hate
best.
Whoppers. Not
They're
my
not the best. They're not the best.
My dad, and you know what's
There's a
crazy?
lot of other
Is that
candies.
The two candies my dad used to get for the movies all the time, black licorice and Whoppers.
Whoppers.
I was so fucking mad because I knew I would. Yeah,
Your dad would.
That's what I'm saying. Like my grandpa got him into black licorice, and I'm like, dude, lame. And then so he'd always buy the dual pack. You know how they have the pack that had black and red, but then the red starts tasting like the black because it's been
Yeah.
sitting in there.
It's like
And
the pineapple on the pizza where it leaks
Oh.
over, yeah.
Yeah, it starts juicing.
Can we go back? Can we go back to Grandma Gear's? Pineapple on pizza.
That was your unpopular opinion.
I don't give a fuck. It's all.
It's all
I know,
relative.
it's all the same shit at this point.
Oh, man.
What else we got, boys? What's been going on again in the sports world? Lakers, they're old and they're not playing very well right now, but it's all right.
I mean,
Season is young.
Braves, Astros World Series. Go
Let's
Braves.
let's give it up for the Jacksonville
Yeah,
Jaguars.
getting the first
Oh.
one.
First win in 20 games, dude.
I made sure to wear the hat.
Yeah, dude.
Brother.
Let's give it up.
I gotta say, touchdown Jesus is looking real good.
Is he?
He's looking like the #1 pick. He's looking
good.
better than any rookie quarterback out there.
Okay.
And the last few games, the first two games, I'm not gonna lie, I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, this is not the guy I watched at Clemson. Like, but
It's different.
no, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I understood it as a football fan, but still seeing like the way Herbert comes in and stuff,
Yeah.
you kind of expect.
Time to
So,
acclimate.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he came in and played, and I'm like, okay. But the last like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I've really been like, okay, we're good. Like we got QB1. I understand that we haven't like won a lot, but we were up 11 on the Cardinals in the fourth. They're the only undefeated team in football. We were one touchdown away from the Titans, who are playing really well. We lost to the Bengals on a last-second field goal. We're the #1 seed in the AFC. So I mean, it's like
The record doesn't reflect.
Well, and don't get me wrong, I understand we suck. I'm not trying to like sit here and say like we're some good football team, But as a young team, we're competing with the best in
Right.
the league. It's that we're not like just out there getting absolutely ransacked.
You're not the Jets.
Yeah, and then we went out and we played a team in Miami who was kind of going through some of the same shit we are with some injuries and stuff, and we took advantage and we
But had
won.
high hopes
Right.
this year.
Yeah, we took advantage and we won. So it's one of those things like, okay, I think we're starting to learn,
You know,
get on that track where you learn how to win and stuff. So do I think we're going to be some great team this year? Fuck no. We're probably going to have like number 3 pick. I don't think we're going to be as bad as the Jets. I don't think we're as bad as the Lions. But speaking of the Lions, they've had some heartbreaking losses.
yeah,
too.
it's a bummer for them.
I was kind of rooting for him. I mean, being a Niners fan, I was rooting for them to kick the
We
shit
talked
out
about
of
that
Yeah.
that night
We
too.
did.
We're like the NFC North.
Yeah, like we were trying to talk about the NFC North and like how we really don't really hate any team in the NFC North except the Packers.
Yeah,
Like don't
They're
get me
just
wrong, I'm not
annoying.
a
They're
huge
just
fan of the
annoying.
Vikings. I'm not a huge fan of the Bears, but like I like some players on each
Yeah.
team, and I'm kind of like, you know, like whatever. I'm not, but like the Packers, like they're on Thursday Night Football right now, and I hope they lose by
yeah, we're
40.
about to watch that.
You know, so they're playing the Cardinals. So hopefully the Cardinals
Should be a good game.
Right. Well, the Packers got all 3 top receivers out.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams,
Those are-
Geronimo, and
Scanlon?
Scanlon.
Yeah.
They're all out.
Well, people don't understand. Back to the Trevor Lawrence thing.
Yeah.
People don't understand or don't remember that when you were drafted in the first round, and even your first overall first round pick at quarterback position, you would in history you would never play that first year. You would take time to learn the playbook.
And you're going to a shit team.
Yeah, and you're going to a shit team with most likely a shit organization in front office, and just it's not a good mix with a very young quarterback who doesn't know a pro playbook, who's transitioning from college where he's coddled into the big leagues. So that being said, it was only up until about, maybe less than 10 years ago that, even less than that, 5 to 7 years ago that pretty much now, if you're a high pick, you're going to be expected to play a quarter way through the season. You're going to
At
be
least,
expected to
yeah.
wait. You might even be expected to start the season depending on their situation.
Well, you got like Zach Wilson had literally no competition.
Of course, Zach Wilson,
It was like you are our guy,
Yeah.
and we're not bringing anyone
Yeah.
in to compete.
Worth.
Did they just
Where-
trade for Flacco?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
they
because
had
Zach
to.
Wilson's out.
Is he really?
Zach Wilson hurt his knee. He's out for like
Where-
2 to 4 weeks. I think.
Where's Minshew?
He's with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, he could have played.
That's why I kept yelling all game. Put Minshew in. Put Minshew in.
That's
Because
right.
fucking Hurt was not hitting anybody.
Dude,
You
we
know,
were
I was
hitting those motherfuckers.
Yeah, you were.
Whoa, there's some big hits that game. Ah, man. Keep that shit up. Bye week, the New York Giants. Okay. Hopefully we can do that. And then Kansas City, Bengals, Dallas.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was reading your schedule a little afterwards. Y'all have a super tough end of the season.
We all
Like I'm not gonna lie, dude. I
Yeah.
was like, holy shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Especially with the way teams are looking this
Yeah.
year. It may not have looked as bad at the beginning of the year, but the way teams have played this year, it's like, okay, they got.
First of all, Aaron, we usually have a very tough schedule. No doubt about
The
that.
league hates you.
But check this out, though. Check this out.
I'm not even being a dick.
Our whole it's fine. It's cool. I like that. It's been forever. Fuck 'em. And especially the league. And I looked at the schedule before the year, and I was like, this is a gauntlet. Because if you check this out, first game against Baltimore, arguably the best in the AFC, arguably. Second game was Steelers. Second game was Steelers. Obviously, top-notch organization. They're always tough. They're always tough. They might not be as good as they usually are right now, but they're still a tough team out there. That's hands down. Miami won 10 games last year. They're having a tough go about this year, which, for what they still have an all right defense, I would say. Well, they did. They're all fucked up now. Their season's done. But
Yeah.
they were a 10. Our first 3 games were against teams that were in the playoffs or should have been in the playoffs,
Chargers.
and 10 plus win teams. And we handled it, and then we had a little hiccup.
Like I said, the Gruden
You know.
thing didn't help.
The Bears game is a
Yeah.
wash. I throw that out. That's fine. The Charger game, we got beat by a good team.
Oh, also,
So-
I'd like to shout out John Gruden for taking the
Yeah,
heat
I
off
was
of
just about
Urban
to say
Meyer.
that.
That helped us out a lot because it was like fire
Yeah,
and rain every
yeah.
freaking network.
Wait,
So,
And then all of a sudden, John Gruden happened, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, what about Urban Meyer?" And then we won, and everyone forgot about Urban Meyer.
Urban needs to send Gruden a Christmas card.
No
I
doubt.
don't even hear much about Gruden anymore either. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a
No,
minute.
it's done.
Thank
Well,
God.
I think it's moved on to Dan Snyder now. I think everyone's
It's a Washington
that
football
motherfucker
team.
needs to be
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. They need to do whatever they need to do, whatever votes they need to do next say the
He
the
does not.
hombre.
He
Like
does
say
not
the
need to be.
hombre.
He does not need to be
I
that.
saw a meme yesterday, today, something like that. But it was a guy dressed up. He got a headset and a Jaguars polo on, and he had a blow up doll. And he said,
Yeah.
"I'm Urban Meyer for Halloween."
You should have saw
Pretty
some
clever.
of the confused faces that were looking at Aaron
Oh,
as we
I
were
bet.
walking.
Oh yeah.
They were like, what is this Jaguar fan doing here? It's like Eagles Raiders. And they're just like, what WTF, mate?
I did
Like,
see a guy wearing a Chargers jersey, and I'm like, that's brave. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me, like
It's
I
a
rock a
division
Jags
rival.
jersey because no one really gives a fuck about Jaguars.
Yeah, no one.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, when you wear a Chargers jersey, well, that's a division rival in
Yeah.
Raider Stadium. I
Yeah.
think if he was in Oakland, he'd have got jumped.
Uh,
But because it was Vegas, it was. No, I don't know. Well, he might have got jumped. I don't know, but
well,
no one didn't seem like he would.
where we at, boys?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
hungry.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm ready to order some pizza and watch the football.
Let's watch some football. Guys, thanks for joining us. It was nice getting on the sticks again and telling what we've been up to. Happy Halloween to all you guys out there.
Yes.
Stay safe.
We got some pretty cool guests coming up for you.
Yeah.
So stay tuned and yeah.
Stay safe, stay alive, and look us on any outlet that has podcasts. All right?
Facebook,
We're on
Instagram,
everything.
YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Music,
iHeart.
Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Negative. But
It's
Awesome.
wrong. The garage gangbang.
it is.
All right, guys, this is it. We're gonna watch some football, eat some pizza, garage getting out. Thank you. Till next time. Beautiful, guys. All right, let me turn this shit on. And, oh, it feels so good.
Let's order some fatties for delivery.
Okay.